welcome to Part-Time Players Presents Watch or Not. So this is our little sister podcast where we watch films and TV shows, so you don't have to, and we're going to give you a verdict of watch or not. So we've been doing it through mainly, well, all Marvel shows. Oh, and The Boys. We've been having them in our main podcast, but we thought we'd split it because everyone can be focused on games, and this can be our video.
Yeah, we thought we'll milk our content. We ain't got much, so we thought we'll just make a sequel of nothing.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So
like Dragon's Den of TV.
Yeah, we are.
This is important. If we say no, it gets cancelled.
Exactly. Yeah. We are. We are there.
It could be a new show, Dragon's Den.
People listen to us. You know,
on Valentine.
Part-time Players Den. You know, right, but it's not in a den. It's in a van. It's a bit sketchy.
CD.
Yeah. We've got a mattress. We've got a mattress in there.
This week we will be doing a season overview of Invincible, which was on Amazon Prime. 8 episodes. The first 3 got dropped in one week. It's just really. I never read the comic. The comic is based on the comic by Robert Kirkman, the same guy who did Walking Dead. Always meant to get around to reading the comic, but never got around to it. Watching the TV series was brilliant, and it is, to say it's gory, it is an understatement. This isn't like Superman and Batman, where all the heroes and you could clearly define heroes and they're righteous and they justice and they help people. This is kind of like The Boys, but more gory. Yeah. It's
they don't die with their body parts intact.
No, none of them do. None of them die with their body intact.
Not really. No,
not at all.
There's
no heart attacks. I'm saying that now.
Nah,
a lot of popping, ain't there?
There's a lot of head pops, a lot of cutting in half, a lot of people getting crushed by buildings, severed limbs, a lot of severed limbs, a lot of guts. Aliens,
popping heads like me in Destiny.
It's brilliant. It's got really good voice cast as well. So there's a lot of well-known big actors in it. You've got J.K. Simmons, you've got Sandra Oh. I say there's loads, and after this come completely blank who else is in it. Oh, Seth Rogen does the voice of Alan the Alien. So
he's right, Spider-Man. What's his name?
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Loads of people in it. We've all seen it, or both watched the first 2 episodes. If we can't do a recap of each episode, but we can start from what happened in the first episode, I think, and get your thoughts on that. What do you think? Yeah, what did you think of Invincible?
Who?
Reese. Brad.
Anyone. Whoever wants to take.
Yeah. Is this like going to be non-spoiler? Spoiler?
No, this is spoiler. Yeah, this is
100% spoiler.
This is a spoiler. Yeah, spoiler review. So if you did want to watch it, Brad, and you want to duck out,
I'm all right. Well, I might still watch it, but I'm not worried about spoilers. But
I was going to say to you, although you watched only the first 2 episodes, I would just say watch the last episode, and then you could have had a better understanding of this conversation. Just because I feel like it started off really strong and it was good all the way through, but I feel like it did dip a little bit, and then the last 2 again were really strong. So I feel like you could have probably watched the first 2, the last 2, and pretty much.
For me, I think the first 2 were probably the weakest. It just went up from there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. No, I thought the first episode. So basically, you've got it follows Invincible. It's called Mark, and he's son of a superhero called Omni-Man. And in this universe, they've kind of got like their own Justice League or Avengers, and they're called Guardians of the Globe. And you see them in action. So they've got like a Wonder Woman type, a Superman, a Batman, Speedster, yeah. It's called Red Rocket. I think Wonder Woman's called Battle.
Or gay
I
name.
can't remember what her name is. Batwoman. You got the Superman kind
of. Who
guy
would win in the race? A-Train or Red Rocket?
Red Rocket.
Yeah, Red Rocket. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because A-Train needs drugs.
Yeah.
But with the drugs, he would win.
He's dying all the time. I still say Red Rocket.
He's got a bad heart as well, A-Train.
But can he run through people and they splat like A-Train?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If any universe someone's getting splattered, getting run through, it's him.
Yeah,
100%.
So basically, the first episode, you see him all in action. You see Omni-Man. He's kind of like, I suppose he'd be the Superman character. Actually, he's the strongest superhero on the planet. He's not part of the Guardians of the Globe logo. He's from a planet called Viltrim. So he's a Viltrumite. And they say that when they come of age, they're all superpowered. They go to a planet and they become that planet's defender. So you see him with the Guardians of the Globe defending people. Mark, his son, finally gets his powers and then starts training to be a superhero. And kind of at the end of episode 1, there's like the credits go, and then there's like a post-credit scene, but it's like for 10 minutes. And you just see Omni-Man go to the Guardians of the Globe headquarters. They've all been called there. They don't know who called them in. So yeah, you got there's a fish guy who's obviously like the Aquaman kind of type, and then Omni-Man just proceeds to murder all of them. He just goes, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. You weren't expecting it. Obviously, if you read the comic, you'd know, but he just goes through them like knife through butter.
Yeah,
like,
they're nothing.
There's a really good
Rocket,
analogy right here, isn't there? There's a lot of
Red Rocket's going through him,
one,
and he's punching him with super speed, and it's kind of like he's punching him so hard his hands start to break, and then Omni-Man just literally just grabs his head and just pops it. He cuts the head off of the Immortal.
Yeah. The fish gets ripped in half.
Yeah, she gets ripped in half. There's it's kind of like a Martian Manhunter type. So I think he's called the Red Martian. He's called like Green Martian or something. He gets torn in half. It's brutal. It's like it's just, and they nearly beat him. They do need like them fighting, working together. They do nearly beat Omni-Man, but he just destroys it. And then that sets it up. That sets up the series. Like, why did he do it? You know, what's the, you know, he done it when Mark got his powers. You know, was there a threat? Was he being controlled? And yeah, the series goes on with people trying to work out why it was. There's like a private detective who's a demon who's kind of supposed to be like Hellboy.
Yeah,
and he's getting close to the truth. So then they end exercising him back to hell. You've got like in the background, you've got like the government.
Treadmill.
Yeah, you've got like this government organization that's keeping an eye on all the
people. Come back for the jokes.
They're keeping an eye on Omni-Man to try and work out why he did it. But then, yeah, in the season finale, basically you find out why he did it. So he is from a planet called Viltrim. He's a Viltrumite, but where he told Mark that they've got to the point where they'll work in harmony and, you know, they help other civilizations. They don't. They just fought each other, and whoever was left was the strongest. And then they decided to conquer the galaxy. So they've sent people to each planet to get that planet ready for invasion. So that's why he killed the Guardians of the Globe, because there had been like competition, and he's done it now because Mark's got his powers and he kind of wants to rule the galaxy, kind of like Darth Vader and Luke. He wants him to be by his side when they start taking over Earth. And there's a big fight between Invincible and his dad, Omni-Man. Obviously Mark isn't nowhere near as strong or or not really talented, because he's only been doing it for like 6 months. And he just gets murdered. And
I feel like he's quite weak though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not.
I don't get why he's so weak.
Yeah, I was thinking this. I don't get it, because he is still. They say he's pure. He is more or less pure Viltrumite, but it's not like his dad doesn't get hurt because he deflects blows and deflects it all. He gets punched in the face just as much, but it just doesn't affect him as much. So maybe I don't know. Maybe because get older, you get stronger. I don't know.
Yeah,
doesn't say that.
Yeah.
But he said the opposite, didn't he? I swear, like his dad said, as you get older, you get slower and weaker.
No, he meant when you get older, you age slower.
So
as you get older,
the older you get, the slower you age. So like I think one of them, they used like this $20 billion space laser on him, and he didn't give him a nosebleed, and that was it. He's just he's so powerful.
Which shows you how impressive the original Guardians were, that they nearly killed him.
They
put him in hospital.
Yeah, they put him in a coma.
And so they really did do a number on him, considering he just doesn't seem to be able to get hurt.
Yeah. So that if it was a little bit longer, they might have been able to do it.
Yeah.
At one point, the Immortal gets brought back to life, and then again, Omni-Man just kind of, and he was holding his own. He was holding his own, and he burst his eyes, but then
he cuts him in half.
He cuts him in half. So that's the Immortal
with his hand.
Yeah.
And the new Guardians of the Globe team just doesn't seem nowhere near as good as the old team. It's just kind of they don't seem to be great.
Like Team Titans, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly kind of. Yeah.
Teen Titans become Justice League.
But in the last episode, the bit where Omni-Man holds Mark Invincible, in front of the train, and then he's making him see, as he's holding it for the train's coming around him, and he's just seeing people getting cut to pieces, like splattered everywhere, blow up. Yeah, it's
because they're hitting
brutal.
him himself.
Yeah,
and he is an immovable object.
Yeah,
and everything's just going into him.
He's just
when he's
showing
helping
how
those
weak
people in the building.
Everybody is.
So there's a mum and a daughter, and he's trying to help them, and the building comes down, and then he's just holding a severed arm where they've all just been crushed to death. It's so obviously have a big fight, and then it gets to the point where Omni-Man he kind of remembers that he does, I don't know, he does have some sort of humanity, maybe a little bit, because he was about to kill his son, and then he remembered.
He has a flashback to him playing baseball.
Yeah, when he was all happy.
He finally saw how humans see interactions, and you've got to live for the day, live for your kids, and got very lovey-dovey. But he saw what his wife was talking about, and it brought a little bit of humanity to someone who isn't actually human. Yeah, and he felt a little bit of empathy. Yeah.
So then he left, and as he's flying up in space, you see like a droplet of water, so it makes it look like he might have been crying, and then he just flies out of the solar system. And then Mark's in a coma for I don't know, weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks, yeah.
And then he comes out, and then it's like you got to go up to space because something's coming, and he goes up to space to meet whoever it is, and it's Alan the alien. And he said because he's been going. There's a character like every few years.
By the way,
voiced by Seth Rogen. Every few years, this alien turns up and has to fight someone, and it turns out he's been going to the wrong planet. He's supposed to be going to Earth, but he's been going to Earth by mistake. So then Invincible talks to him.
Easy mistake. I've made that a few times. Wrong turning on the motorway.
Invincible's the only person who's actually sat down to talk to him and explain it to him. So he's like, okay, you got it. Anyway, he come back to warn him that there's a Viltrumite on Earth, and it's kind of been marked for demolition. And then he says it's all good and that, but they'll come back now. So I imagine that's where the future season's going to go, where the Viltrumite's coming back to Earth, and Mark's going to have to train to get ready and like power up, because he couldn't fight his dad, so he ain't going to be able to fight like a whole
army of them,
fleet of them. Yeah, they'll just get destroyed. But overall, I don't know if I've done a very good job of explaining it. I thought it was a brilliant series. Enjoyed it much more than Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I was kind of watching it in parallel, because it was each Friday. So yeah, I just thought it was really
it was better than
show.
I think the bar is quite low from my opinion of Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you watch any of our reviews on that, go on YouTube and watch them, and also WandaVision. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot more. I kind of binge watched it this week. I only watched the first 2 episodes. And then I watched the rest, and then the finale yesterday, and I enjoyed it. It's good.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I've been watching week to week, and I've been looking forward to watching.
Yeah, same. This has been one of the best series I've watched this year by far.
Yeah, brilliant. And it's actually got to the point now where I think I am going to buy like the compendium of the graphic novel, so I can see what happens, because I don't know wait.
Yeah, I'm happy to wait.
It's going to be.
But there was a couple of things at the end, weren't there, when they went through, because they run through clips of important characters throughout the season, throughout the episodes, and it showed them what they're doing at the moment. There was a couple of things in there we have no idea about, and there's a few things in there you can make speculation of. Because I think, personally, what's his name? Immortal, he's going to be the one to train.
Yeah, so you see him, didn't you? Yeah, he's they're trying to bring him back, back to life again. You see what's happening on Mars, like this hive mind parasite has overtaken Mars. So that's obviously
that was just like a little side story. They never mentioned it, but you could see something was happening there. So that's going to
come back. And I thought it was really cool. Like they went into a room, like this government guy takes him into the room, and like all he sees is white. And he's like, oh, sorry. And they turn the lights on, and he can see all this stuff they're doing, all the experiments they're doing. And then they turn the lights off, and he can't see it again. And he said they've been putting this certain stuff into the American water supply for years, so humans can't see certain frequencies of light. And he's like, you'd be surprised what covers that up, what we use to cover up with that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, then you kind of see, as the Guardian, we said the Guardians of the Globe weren't very good, but they're kind of working more as a team now, so they're gonna come more into fruition. It's just a really good series. I really enjoyed it, and I'd recommend anyone who's into like superheroes like it. It's not, like I say, though, it's not
Friendly.
Yeah, it's not your original. It's not your granddad superheroes. It's not. It's not the golden age of superheroes. It's really gory.
Probably more if you like The Boys,
yeah,
which is also obviously an Amazon show, what you already mentioned. It's more close to that. So if you like The Boys, you like DC, you like superheroes, give it a go. You'll probably like it. So yeah, definitely.
It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite clever the way when they did the title screen for Invincible, it was someone about to say it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was quite a clever way of portraying
what's going on.
That was quite good. But overall interesting.
So I think like the first week it just said Invincible, didn't it? And then the second week is a bit blood. Third week blood, and then this week it was just like
red
blood. Yeah, just blood everywhere. Just and apparently comics does go like galactic. He goes into space and he does all this stuff. So yeah, it makes you feel as well. Like I thought it when I watched The Boys with Homelander. Like if you're a normal person in this kind of world, you would be terrified because there's these people that you can't stop, you just can't do anything. Like you'd be powerless. Like they showed in this. It is quite terrifying, really. You think, I live in a world where there's superheroes and that, but it's like no, because if there's one of them goes bad, then that's it. It's just
one of them's a dick.
Yeah, one of them's a dickhead who wants to basically.
But we've got The Rock in this world. I reckon he could pop heads.
He's a nice guy. He'd never hurt us.
I don't know.
But I reckon he could rip someone from limb.
Yeah, if he goes mad.
Yeah, if he just like
protein powder. Just goes, just goes,
kicked out of one of his franchises, like last Fast and Furious movie, he just like rips people's arms off.
Yeah, he just tears Vin Diesel apart. Just yeah, it's but yeah, no, like we said, I think we all Brad, I don't know if you're going to go back and watch it now or.
Well, the way you've just talked, I've got it now, haven't I? It sounds bloody amazing. So
it's just so good. And I don't know when. I know they're going to make a season 2, but I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know what the turn. Obviously, it's animated. I don't know what the turnaround is.
It'll be a year.
The animation's great though, so
it's
really good animation.
Tell you one thing I did notice for this latest episode. Maybe it's just me looking into it too much, but I noticed it's a weird thing I've never seen from an animated show before. Some of the animations seemed so fluid; it looked like it was actually a real person like running, and then they'd like screenshot it.
Where have you been sniffing?
No, straight up. I'll find some bits and I'll send them.
It was so real. I saw people.
I'll give you the timestamp because I think
3D.
They've actually filmed real people and then animated them afterwards. So
I don't know what the animation process is, but it is. Yeah, it's really that's really good, and the colors as well, really vivid. And there's still so many like storylines that go down. Like the guy, that Titan guy, you see him. He's taken over Machine Face's crime empire. That Battle Cat, I think it's Battle Cat. You saw him. He played that fight, so he's going to come back into it, which is pretty cool because he obviously nearly killed. He was nearly killed Invincible, and it kind of explains like why his dad was watching him when he was getting beaten up by him, and he didn't stop because he wanted to see if he was worth saving or involving in his plan. But yeah, it's just great character, and obviously Omni-Man will come back at one point as well. So yeah, brilliant show. Definitely recommend. In the terms of watch or not, I'd definitely say watch. Definitely do it. I don't know. We're gonna do a rating system. We're going to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm gonna give it. I'm going up.
Whoa.
I've got thumbs up.
I'm giving double thumbs.
Thumbs up. Oh, actually, going double thumb. Reese ain't bothering. It's just Reese don't want to get involved.
No.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Brad's in the middle because he ain't watched it all. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Yep.
And like our original podcast, this was the first episode we've done of the watch or not. So we'll get better, and maybe we'll even look into it and actually get the name of characters one day. So,
whoa, shit! We are going places.
There's a lot to cover in one episode.
I think we covered the first 3 episodes in one. Oh no, we did. Oh, did we? Or maybe the first episode. No, we didn't because none of us have watched it.
No.
So yeah, if this was a weekly thing, obviously we'd have a more comprehensive breakdown. But this is just kind of like a season overview. So yeah,
I watched all 5 episodes in one sitting, and they're only 20 minutes long. So
yeah, no, they're like 45 minutes.
Is it? I spent a lot more time then. Turns out I was there all night.
Yeah, you was there.
All day. Pulling off all-nighters.
Might have had a stroke.
Just blurred into one.
That's what it looked like real life.
Yeah. Really good.
Unbelievable.
Really good. And if you've listened to this, watch this, thank you. You can get in touch with us on all our same social media sites as our normal podcast, the gaming podcast. So Instagram and Twitter is at PTPlasPod, Facebook, the Part-Time Plas Podcast, and Gmail is parttimeplaspod@gmail.com. So if you like this again, please the same as the other podcast, rate us and give us a 5-star review, comment below, and hope to grow it and the other podcast grow together.
We'll plan to do obviously this series as new series comes out, but maybe we can go back in some old ones. Maybe I'm sure Brad Moore will love it if we did a Lost. Once I finished Lost,
I'd love to talk about the ending of Lost. Maybe Brad, you should watch the last episode again or something, because I know you've watched it. But you
two can watch it, the last series or last episode, or whatever. And once I've got there, we can do a discussion. Watch it or not on Lost. Obviously Loki's coming out in a couple of months.
Film any films and whatever.
Godzilla and King Kong.
People can maybe
Mortal Kombat,
suggest us.
No one was watching that. I'm not signing up to that.
Brad can lead
I'm busy that week.
People can suggest stuff that they think like we'd be interested in or what to watch.
We've got the Bad Batch starting this week, which is the Star Wars clones cartoon on Disney Plus.
And
so
that's gets released on May the 4th. Is that May the 4th? Was it May the 4th?
No, because Force is in the film. So
it wasn't funny in the other podcast, and now you've ruined two.
It must be May the
podcasts.
May the 4th.
May the 4th. Yeah, so that's May the 4th. So.
Nice.
I don't think it actually does. I think it comes out on Friday, but
no,
false information there.
I don't care.
False information. False information.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, watching, guys, and you can catch our main gaming podcast on Mondays, and when we do these will be released on a Tuesday. So until next time, keep watching the TV until we tell you if it's good or not. So thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.